Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 1 of Modern Skyblock 3 Departed, a mod pack by EmosewaGamer. So let's get started and create the world right now. So, you know me, I needed something a bit more relaxed after Sink into Madness, and I like doing best starts. So, the idea for this series is that I'm going to random pick my first island, and that's the one we're going to play with for this playthrough. But I'm also going to be making a couple of side episodes to show you the quick best start with each type of island. So one important thing to note is that all of the islands don't really start until you have your first dirt and your first sapling. So if you take the Garden of Glass island or the normal starting island, which are the only two I don't really want because that would be a bit boring, all of them have a problem of not really having one dirt and one sapling. So you can't just twerk for the fastest start possible and get a ton of trees. So if we open the quest book, this actually is, it talks about the quest and everything. First, the reload quest book, very important. So complete this quest after updating the pack. It's advised that you back up before doing so. So every time there's a new update, you come check this, claim the console command 1 and claim the console command 2. Then to start, there's these information here. So for Farming Island, it explains you what to do. I'll explain the Farming Island if that's the one we get, or when I do how to best start Farming Island. And same thing with Bonsai, okay? What we're really going to look at is here it all starts. Welcome to Modern Skyblock 3. To start off, you are going to need to create an island and complete stage 1 of it. Obtain dirt and a sapling. You can press George to find out how to do that. Beside for the 6 starting island listed there are 2 more custom islands for which there are pages in the quest book. If you're for some reason playing in a default world, just collect dirt and a sapling. So we need a dirt and a sapling, just like I said, any kind of sapling. So let's create our first island. So we're going to write island, create. And now this is random. So we got the snow island. Not a bad one, but not the best one we could have had. So for the snow island, very careful. You need your 2 pumpkins. You cannot lose one of them. So let's step on the first one at the edge and harvest it. And then let's do the same thing for the second one and harvest that one. And I'm going to show you right now. You need 1 for snow golem, and you need 1 that I'm going to transform into pumpkin seeds right now. And I'm going to R-click on the pumpkin seeds and show you why. We need the pumpkin seeds because 2 pumpkin seeds, a dirt, and a bone meal is going to get us our first sapling. So we actually do need 2 dirt in this start to be able to really start. How are we going to get the bone meal? We're going to get the bone meal with a mob farm. But I'll explain a bit more detail during the night. I just want to get started. So when you shift and click on snow, you pick up snowballs. And be careful not to have your hand on it or you're going to throw it right back. So let's do that and let's void the whole island. Just being careful that we're on top. We don't want to lose any for now. So you just go around like this, collect all of your snow. And the beauty with snow is that it multiplies itself. What I mean by that is that each block of snow gives you 8 snowball, which lets you produce 4 snow block, which become 8, which becomes 16, and so on. I went a bit too fast there. And the one thing that annoys me is the mining fatigue, which is just like boring to get. So we're going to R-click on the snowball, and we're going to craft some snow blocks. And then like we just did, we can just start again and do the next one like so. And basically, usually I just like going around holding the right click button and just harvesting. So this is a bit boring, but that's how this start has to be. Snow, 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 snow. Let me just make some more snow block, and we can then start expanding the island, but we don't really need a super big island. One other thing is that this is a bit slow as a way to get snowball. But until you have your snowman, that's how you have to do it. And we're going to get the snowman pretty soon. I just want to make a little platform for it. So let's continue. Because once you have a snowman, you can just stand in place and click and do something else. So this episode is going to go into a time lapse pretty fast. I'm just going to get the snowman started, set it up, and explain to you what I want to do. And I'm going to go into a time lapse just to get this first part out of the way. For the snowman, you have to be very careful because rain will kill it. So what I usually do is from this island, from this corner, I build a little hut for him, just like so. And he's going to be here on the corner. And you don't have to make it 3 high, but for whatever reason, I always make it 3 high so I can build him in. You know what? This time, I'm not going to make it 3 high. Just to be different. So I'm going to go like this. And put the put the pumpkin on the snowman's head, like so. And now he's trapped in and he can't get out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a full block on top of him, like so. And then I'm going to put another sets of block, and those I'm going to shift click and leave only 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that again. I'm going to explain to you why I did that. My recollection of this mod pack is that this is non-spawnable now. This is a non-spawnable block. So even though I'd be away, I don't have to worry about it, about any mobs spawning. And the reason this is really the best way to get started is that right now I can stay like this and just hold right click and I'm going to fill up with snowballs, which I can transform into snow. Snow blocks, which I can use to go make a mob farm, because this is the important start with this mod pack. Make a snowman, protect him from the rain, and then just make a mob farm. So I'm going to just continue collecting. Oh, and I did what I told you to be careful of. So let me show you another thing quickly that the quest book does explain, but it explains it later on. So if you haven't played this pack before and you're trying to do this start, it's not going to be easy. So one of the things that you can do with snow is if you put 2 snow blocks, one on top of the other, you get what's called the mini freezer. Let's put the mini freezer down right here. And the mini freezer transforms stuff. And I say stuff because it does many different things to many different items. What's important for us in the beginning is that it transforms snowball into heavy snowballs. So I'm going to get 4 and 8 heavy snowball. And the beauty of heavy snowball is that they damage. So that's how we're going to kill the mob to begin with. I think it takes 3 or 4 per. But that's not the most important, honestly. The most important of all is that if you put 4 heavy snowball together, you get something called heavy snow. I'm going to make a second freezer. And I'm going to make 3 freezer. That's usually how I work it. So I'm going to put another freezer here and another freezer there. They don't connect, but I'm going to do this because in this one I'm going to put heavy snow, in that one I'm going to put heavy snow, and this one's going to be for my snowballs because right now I don't have any snowball. Come on. Sometimes you have to get him out of the way, but be careful not to do that too often or you'll kill him. Until I get more pumpkins, it's dangerous, but it's just, he was annoying me. What do you do with an annoying snowman? You punch him. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to create some more snowballs, heavy snowball, I mean, because we want to have something to kill mobs if we need to. So let me just grab these 2, and now I'm going to go in here, and you can basically put only 16 at a time. They go pretty fast considering that it's 0.25 speed. And then it goes up to 8. Heavy snowballs stack up to 8 only. So we have 8 attack. We're going to make 8, 16, 32 attack. Snowball. So I'm going to do like this. And then I'm going to show you the other freezer. Just finish all of this. Put this in here. Remove that. And the last one. So this is going to give us a lot of defense. It's going to help us kill the mobs that are going to spawn. Here, coarse dirt. The freezer made coarse dirt out of the heavy snow. Okay? So we already have the 2 dirt that we need. Well, you're going to say it's coarse dirt. You're right, it's coarse dirt. But you can plant on coarse dirt, and if we go see the spruce sapling, because the spruce sapling I know is the one being created here, the recipe takes anything, a dirt, a coarse dirt. So right now, all I'm missing is 1 bone meal. Just 1. That's it. 1 bone meal. So I'm not going to make a mob farm. Because what's the point of a mob farm? The point of a mob farm is to get as many drop as possible. In the begin, but you have to make it enclosed and whatnot. Well, I said I'm not going to make a mob farm. I'm going to go and make a platform as soon as possible. The worry with a platform is that mob might spawn on the platform and attack me from a distance. Don't forget, you have the heavy snowball, and the heavy snowball are pretty strong. So as long as you're hitting the mobs before they get to you, you're all good. There's no real worry there. So what I'm trying to do right now is get enough snow block to get started with my platform. So with 60, I'm good. What I'm going to do, because night is coming, I'm going to go 24 away. So 60 minus 24 is 36. So I'll go until I get down to 36. And when I get down to 36, I'll start making a platform around. And I'm not covering those, so they're all spawnable block, but that's what we want. We need 1 skeleton to give us 1 bone meal. So I passed the 36, so that's where I want to start making a platform. And you want to make the platform as big as possible because you want to be able to kill the mob without them falling down to their death, because you want the drop. So another one this way, another one that way. Oh, and I forgot to cover some part of my island, so my island is spawnable right now. So I have to be careful about that. I kind of forgot one little step. Let's do this, and oh, that's it. So that's going to be the size of our platform for now, and it's right in time because now it's night. So let's equip our heavy snowball and let's get ready for mob fight. I'm not going to be looking at the mobs right now. I'm going to be looking at the minimap, and I'm just going to be harvesting snow as much as possible because I want to make the platform as big as possible, as fast as possible. And if you remember what I told you when I left to go see the when I went to go on the platform, I kind of forgot that this platform wasn't protected. So I could have had a situation where a mob had spawned. It's not a big worry because at the end of the day, I had the heavy snowball ready. But you usually want to be careful with making your main platform not spawnable. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go all around like this, and I'm going to remove the top 4 like I just explained to you earlier for the roof of the platform. So all of these are non-spawnable block. I'm going to do the same thing right here, and now I should be good, and I can still harvest my snowball, so everything's perfect. We're really just waiting for the first mob to spawn. It's kind of weird that we don't have one already. I would have expected, we're night, I would have expected mob to just swarm. They usually come pretty fast in this mod pack. So, oh, and we have our first one. Oh, this is the worst of the first one that we can actually get. Because he chose fire, and he's super hard to kill. See, it took a lot. So this is actually the worst mob to get because the ancient motive core are useless for now. The other thing that they give are Akashic brick, and we don't really need Akashic brick right now. We're going to keep them for later on in the series, but it's not really important as of now. So let's just continue with this and keep our eye on the spawning. I think I'm going to have to go and make the platform a little bit bigger. I feel that I'm just not getting the mobs that I'm thinking I should get. What we're going to do also is that if it does come today, I don't want to spend a whole day waiting for the next night. I'll go in my time-lapse then, and I'll start producing enough I'll start producing enough snow to make a whole mob farm, a closed mob farm, because that's usually the fastest way of doing it. It's just I was able in one of my test playthrough to just get a skeleton in the first night on a platform like this, and you don't have time to build a whole mob farm. So let's just go back to this platform and make it a bit bigger, because like I said, I want this to go as fast as possible. I always have the worry of having the mob drop fall on the ground, because as you saw with the golem, there is a bit of knockback in the heavy snowball. It's not big, but it is there, so you have to be careful. Well, that's good, and I'm going to go this way and do another layer in the back, and then we're going to go back to our main platform and just continue harvesting snow and waiting for dirt. Can I make one last layer? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. 10, yeah, I should be able to. So this is a big platform, but like I said in the beginning, we do want mob spawn. We do want actual mob to spawn, or else there's no start. Let's come back this way, and we're just going to continue harvesting snow until we get a mob. Like I just said, if we do get to day, I'm going to go start building a mob farm, and I'm not going to I'm going to go into a time lapse, because it's just going to take too much time, and I don't want to just have to talk non-stop. And a creeper. So usually creepers are very good. Creeper are things that we want, and I'll explain that more in detail later, because creepers give us dust, and spiders are good also. So this is actually a good thing. Oh, and loot bags are a very good thing. Not going to bypass the loot bag. Usually I want the start to be reproducible. So if in this loot bag there was a sapling, I wouldn't be using it, because that's not how you get to make the start. But if it had a, what's it called? The, oh boy, I'm having a blank right now. If it was the bone meal that we needed, I would take it. So let's just go and kill the skeleton. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it. I can't believe that I threw him off the edge. When I just told you I'm making the platform big enough to not be scared of that and make sure that he doesn't fall off the edge. So that's kind of funny. Let's get some more snowball. I'm just going to make sure that I still have enough heavy snowball, because in the beginning that's the only thing that you have to kill the mobs. Yeah, I'm getting low, so let's make some more. 16, and having 3 fridge, if you see, by the time you finish the first one, you can already put the next 16 in the next one. So usually when I harvest like this, I go up and it gives me 3 sets of 8 heavy snowball, and by the time I'm back, everything's good. So still waiting for that one skeleton. I can't believe I finally had my one skeleton, and I made the mistake of throwing him off the platform. The other reason that I would prefer not making the mob farm is that the snow platform and the snow mob farm, it's really hard to make, because there is one problem with the snow half block. If you make a snow half block like I did like this with 4 layers, it's not transparent. It's not opaque, sorry, like a wood slab, which means that when you do it, you end up having light in your mob farm. So you have to actually fully close your mob farm. And as you can see, as you can imagine, fully closing your mob farm is not ideal. Another golem. And there was an Akashic brick. I don't know if you saw, but the Akashic bricks are useless in the beginning. I'm going to make this part of the platform just a little bit larger, because if there was a skeleton and it ran at us, then I would have a chance of at least trying to get the mob drop. So let's continue harvesting, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have to do the mob farm. And if we have to do the mob farm, I'm going to build it all. You have to fully close it, and then it's all a question of sound. You go to your mob farm and you listen. If there's a skeleton, you open it up and you kill the skeleton, hoping to get either a bone or something else. There are special drops that are very good in this mod pack that I'm going to show you when we get. And unfortunately, what I said might happen is happening. It's now coming day. There won't be any more mob spawning. Oh, Yeah, okay, I say that, and then there's a spider. So hopefully, come on, give me a skeleton. Please. It won't give me a skeleton. I really have a strong feeling. Oh, yes! A mini skeleton. Perfect. Why? What's wrong with the skeletons in this mod pack? I've never seen this. So we got string, and we got gunpowder, and gunpowder is a major item in this mod pack. It's something that we absolutely need as much as possible of. And he's moved again. He's really annoying. You can always get the other corner. It's just that I hate doing it this way. It never feels like it's going as fast when you're trying to go for the other corners. So, my most unfortunate event of not getting a bone meal before the start of the day means that I don't really have a choice. I'm going to have to go into a time lapse and just continue this after the time lapse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mob farm, and once the mob farm is built, I'm going to come out of my time lapse and I'm going to explain to you guys what I did, and we're going to be able to continue this. So hopefully I'm going to be back very soon with my first bone or bone meal, and we're going to be able to continue this playthrough. Well guys, I'll be back as soon as possible. Don't forget to watch here. You have the timer for when to come back if you don't want to wait for the time lapse. Hey everyone, I'm back. So fortunately, the first mob that spawned was a skeleton, and we got our bone, which we transformed into bone meal. One bone meal, one coarse dirt, one pumpkin seed, two pumpkin seed, and a spruce sapling. So we're good to start now. We can really start. And we can make 2 more spruce sapling if we're unlucky with the first one. Quest completed. Here it all begins. So let's open the quest book and look right now. So we got the dirt, we got the oak sapling, we claim with the console command. So the console command, these things are done to open new quest line. So now we have 3 choices. We have the kitchen sink mode, which is in kitchen sink mode, you may play through any mod you want at any time. There will still be many quests to complete that will keep you playing for a while. This opens up all of the quest line, which I don't want to do. Like, I want to play this in the order that it was meant to be played. Then you have something called stage mode. In stage mode, to progress through one mod, you need to progress through another. Even though there are no recipe changes, not being able to use certain items add a layer of difficulty. However, if you dislike a certain mod, you can simply rush through its quest. And then finally, the gated mode. Gated mode is just like stage mode, but to unlock the next stage, you need to end in certain items from the required stage. That means that you need to progress through every mod and you can't simply rush through them. So, gated mode is a very much kind of thing that I would usually do, but I've decided not to go with the stage mode, and I'm going to explain to you why. I don't want to go with the stage mode because the problem with the stage mode is that it requires too many items. Like, one of the stage mode requires you to craft like 10 runes of lust or envy. And each of these are like 2 diamond each, and they take a lot of time to get the diamond in this mod pack. Like, it's not an easy task to automate or to get. And all it's doing is delaying the time that you get to a certain point. So I don't want to do that. I just want to go through each of the mod. I'm going to do a lot of automation, but I don't want to have to set up massive amount of automation just to get 10 of one item or 100 of one item or something like that. So we're going to unlock the staged mode. Right here. Checkbox, detect summit, done. It opens basic resource and basic tinkering. Basically, that's how these things make the next level appear. So if I go in basic resource, claim, basic tinkering, claim, this opens up those two, and now all of these can be done. One of the important thing to note here is that there are more under here, and they're going to appear as we complete. So when we complete basic resource completely, one more is going to appear under. When we complete basic tinkering, another one's going to appear under here. When both are completed, this one in the middle is going to open. And that's where we're going to spend the main part of the first 4, 5, 6 episode even, because going through all this is a lot of work, and these special one are the one that unlock other stages. So this Tertius, I don't know what it unlocks, because it really, I think the Tertius unlocks the middle one that you need both side, and the Nether unlocks the one on the left side, whereas basic tinkering, I think this one unlocks the one on the right side, and this one is the second one for the middle. I'm going to now show you one last thing before we get into building trees. The other thing I want to show you is what it means stage mode. So as you can see here, when I search for hopper, I can see a minecart with hopper, and I can see a wooden hopper. So that's a good thing. There's a wooden hopper that's very slow, but it's a cheap variant that lets us get started really fast, and we're going to build a couple of those. But where's the metal hopper? And if I look at the Minecraft with hopper, well, it's basically a minecart and a restricted item. You cannot access this item yet. You need stage BFAA first. So basically, I don't see it here because it's restricted, so I don't even see the recipe. If I click on it, it shows me nothing. Like, that's the beauty of this quest pack. Basically, before I complete and get into basic farming and automation, BFAA, I can't do any hoppers. Well, not the metal hoppers. You see that I can do all of the tinker stuff, but nothing with hoppers. So let's get back to our main island, and let's expand it. Well, we're going to expand it a little bit now because, oh, that wasn't good. That's my biggest worry with snow, and why I want to get rid of snow as soon as possible, is that you can always break it by mistake. And there's still a ledge in front that I forgot to replace. I'm going to have to be careful of mobs for the first night. So what I want to do right now, like I said, is expand this just a little bit to give us a little bit of place to work with, because we don't want to lose any sapling, and I'm going to be... See, that's what I mean. Every time I do that, there's always a worry of starting to break the floor. So one of the things that I usually do is I make this a 2-layer deep just to make sure that I have no problem. Let me grab some more. Oh, so now I'm going to get mobs coming at me. I really should have protected this place. Oh, you know what? I should have kept this closed. So the good reason why I should have kept this close is that the mobs could not have come at me. Oh, you know what? It's kind of good that they do come at me because... Oh, quest completed, a mob farm. Okay, so when I said that this is not the usual start, it's because you end up doing quests before having to do them. Ooh, Mana Steel, that's good for later. Before, because you basically need to get to a further point. And now if you look at this and I go back in basic resource, first quest is plant matter, but this is also unlocked a mob farm. It wants us to... Whoa! And first death. And unlock, grab my fireball, and do this. So I'll be honest, I'm going to try to die as little as possible, but it's not the kind of mod pack where dying matters. It's the kind of mod pack where you might die and it doesn't really matter. That's why there's even a tombstone system, so that you never lose anything. So I'm not going to worry about dying or not dying in this playthrough. What I'm going to do now is get started with my trees, because I want to have a stable platform as soon as possible. Oh, okay, that's not good. So once you have a coarse dirt and a tree, you can just twerk with the shift button, and you see the little bone meal effect, and it's going to start growing a tree soon. Hey, well, first tree. So my biggest worry is I don't want to have to do more saplings. Like, I really don't want to have to wait for another bone meal, for other stuff to create another dirt and create another sapling. I really want to get the sapling, so I'm going to just expand still a little bit more the island. Let me do this and expand the island like so. And once more, I like to have 3 all around the tree. And like I said, I'm still afraid of the mistake of breaking through my floor. That always has to be a worry in this mod pack. So now let's use ore excavation. I have it on my apostrophe. So I hold apostrophe and I left click and I break the whole tree in one, and I get 4 sapling. So I can now make my first crafting table like so, that I'm going to hide in right here. Let me just remove this and do that. And with this, I can now make my first chest like so. I can put right here, like putting the chest right here, because I can access the item in, and I can start putting everything I don't want to lose in here like so. Let's open this loot bag. Ooh, oh my god, this is so good. So I finally have one of these special items. This is a special item. It's a spider drop. It's called a Cheliceria, or Cheliceria, something like that. Let's find it and right click on it. 1 transforms into 6 string. 2 side by side gives you 2 spider eyes. And then you can use it to make some other kind of things that I haven't really investigated. I don't know if I need spider eyes right now, or if I need string. I already have 4 string, so let's not break them now. There's no reason to break them until you're actually ready for them. I'm going to go because I would prefer, yeah, that's what I preferred. I didn't want the skeleton to die from I'm losing my word. I didn't want the skeleton to die from daylight. I wanted the skeleton to die by my hand to make sure that I get some drop. So I'm just going to come back right here and get a couple more fireball, because I'm going to show you also how to get the how I got the drop the first time, if you didn't watch the time lapse with the mob farm. So basically, okay, I have enough. Let's just get rid of these drops. And you know what? I'll get rid of all of this just to make sure not to take any risk. So basically what I did is, you come here, and now you don't have a choice. You need to open it. So I usually open this corner right here, 4 down, and I check for any mob. Then I keep 1 block in between to be able to hide myself if I need to, and I open the next one. And now I have a mob, so I can just 1, 2, 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm hitting 2 at the same time. So that's a second set of mob. And now right here, I'm going to have a skeleton. The skeleton, you have to be more careful because they do throw... Oh. They do throw thing at you. And the problem is I don't want to hit the... Oh, sorry. I don't want to hit this. I like having it blank. I don't want to hit this guy because he's... Oh, that hurts. It's a mini one, so I can't see him. Where is he? Oh my god, this guy is so annoying. This little guy is going to kill me. You know what? I don't want to die again. Let me just go back to my island. Oh, wow. This guy's a sniper. It's crazy how far he was able to throw. And I'm just going to get a couple more heavy snowball. I usually always carry a lot more heavy snowball just for these situations. So let me get these and oh, not this. Let's do this. Get these one and get these one, and now we have enough to be able to kill him. I just want to go get rid of him. I don't want to have a mob in my mob farm right now. Really? Oh my god, he's going to one-shot me. I'm dead. So I died twice now. This is crazy. This little skeleton is like super powerful. And he's dead. Perfect. So now I can go into the mob farm. And what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to keep the mob farm open just so that there's no mob spawning during the rest of the day at least. I'm just going to break all of this. And all of this. Perfect. And go in here. So let me go look at the quest book right now. And I'm going to just let you know what's the next step. So opening the quest book right now. I forgot to claim this and I get a loot chest. So let's open the loot chest and we get a gold coin, which is useless right now, might be useful later on. Let's also open the loot bag because it's always fun. Ooh, some armor. Did I get more pieces of armor? Yes, I do. I should have put that on immediately. So let's get rid of all of this. Let's put whatever armor pieces we get on. And let's look at the mob quest, So we already completed Freezer, I think, but we can't grab it. The next quest from the mob farm is to get plant matter. And plant matter is made with some saplings, so not right now. We also need some water that I'm going to go into next episode. And we've unlocked the dirt furnace and combustion. So we got a lot of work in front of us. So I'm going to end this episode on 3 things that I want to show you. I mapped my journey map to control
narrator. Narrates all.
But it also has a narrator, but that's how you remove the death marker.
Narrator.
Control B
narrates chat.
Twice more.
Narrator
to disable
off.
him. So I have to remove the narrator on that. I completely forgot. Tip 1, that's how you remove your death marker. Tip 2, if you go in options right here, I strongly suggest that you remove auto jump right now. Because in a skyblock, auto jump is the thing that's going to make you fall and kill you. Just quickly, I'm going to search here for the ore excavate. See, I put it on grave. The beauty of this is you can also do key and say what's on B. So remember when I told you that I had on control B the waypoint manager? So let's search for the other one. I don't know how to remove the narrator. I had searched for it already. No, I can't find the narrator. So it's on control B, but there's no way for me to find it. Last tip. When you go in here and you start searching for some stuff, sometime, they're not unlocked yet. So I'm going to have to do, oh no, I've already hidden it. So you have tons of facade because you have facade with every single material. So what I usually do is I go in JEI and I go into item hiding mode true. And then I come here, see all of the facades are hidden. So it's controlled right click to hide or unhide by wild cards. So that's what I did. I control right click them to make them disappear. Then you go back here, turn item hiding mode to false, and we no longer have these useless items. So if you're trying to search for things and there's always something annoying in the way that you don't want to see, that's how you get rid of it. So those are the 3 tips I wanted to give for this particular mod pack. And now it's only a question of wood slabs. And as you can see, what I do with wood slabs is I put them in the bottom part so that no mob can spawn. And these are totally safe, that you can't fall through. There's no glitch. There's even something nice in this mod pack. They finally fixed this. When you put 2 slabs on top of each other in most other mod pack and you go to break this one, it usually breaks both. Not in this mod pack. In this mod pack, it breaks only the one that you're breaking, which is really nice. But now I need a ton of wood because I want to make this mob farm a permanent mob farm so that I can actually access the mob easily and everything. So I'm going to end this episode here and going to a big time lapse to make this an hour episode. And hopefully by the end of this time lapse, I'm going to have a full-fledged mob farm built, a manual one to begin with, and I'm going to have a platform that makes a lot more sense than just this little snow that scares the heck out of me. So I'm going to make it all safe and nice, and as you know me guys, I'm always striving to show the fastest start possible because I personally don't want to skip anything. So this was the fastest way to get the first sapling and the first dirt. And now we're going to get into quest. I'm hoping that in the next episode, we'll be able to knock off like 15 quests in one episode. And the only gathering I'm going to do is my mob farm, because that has to be done. And you've seen tons of mob farm built. You don't need to see another one. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.